Sooner or later, in your journey through Blender, you'll want to make use of shape keys, something that will allow you to fine-tune the geometry of your model and allow you to tweak its appearance, be it for expressions on a character, or maybe an animal, or something else. This system basically just allows you to control the appearance of a model with something external, such as a rig. This system is inherently easier to use and more manageable than going through all of the different controls you see on the right here and modifying them one by one to get the desired result. But what ways can you do to implement this system of shape keys? Furthermore, when you're rigging a human face, how do you know what shapes the face should have specifically, and also how can you rig the lips to have realistic movement in terms of creating the effect of speech? Well, let's take a look. I've just jumped us over to an empty project, a new project. There's the geometry here from the 3D model. This model has nothing special, nothing fancy to it. It has the rigging left over, but this can be deleted. So this is a purely vanilla model, you could say. No more complex than the cube, only in geometry itself is it more complex. So let's see how we can go about making facial expressions. Bearing in mind that this system I'm going to show you can also be used in many other ways. It purely depends on what you need to use this for. Understand it, grasp it, experiment with it, and figure out for yourself when and where you might need to use this. So first of all, you need to make a shape key by going to whatever this one's called, Object Data Properties, and pressing the little add. The first one will be called Basis. Don't change this unless you need to and you know what you're doing. This tells the model what its default state should look like. If you change this, it's going to change everything else, or it's going to change the other things around it. So after making Basis, you can make your first one. Now, there's a left side and a right side to the face. So therefore logic dictates that you need two shape keys. For example, if you want to raise the eyebrows, I'll just do it quickly, this is just demonstration. You want to raise the eyebrows, you have one for this side and then one for this side, but this is kind of wasteful, for your time at least. Because you don't really need to have, well, you do need to have two shape keys, but you don't need to manually make both of them. The easier solution is just to have one shape key, which changes, let's do it more properly this time, turning on proportional editing, selecting the two vertices here, scrolling down to reduce the area of change, and just bringing the eyebrows up a little. Now it's changing the eyes. I'll get back to that in a moment. Again, this is still just demonstration. So we have animated a shape key to raise the eyebrows. You can call this like brow up or something if you want. But rather than have a left version and a right version, we're going to duplicate this shape key by putting this to 1. If you have other shape keys, these all need to be on 0. Make sure it's only this one on 1. Alternatively, you can just click this shape key lock here, and then even if you have other shape keys which are activated, it will only show the one that you have highlighted. So either or, with only this particular shape key selected, go down to the arrow here and a new shape key from Mix. That essentially duplicates this shape key. See, it's the same. And now what you can do is tell these two identical shape keys to affect either just the left half or the right half of the face. To do this, you have to make a couple of vertex groups. We can call it face left and face right. Selecting one of them, we can go to X-ray mode and look at the model from the front, select one side of the face, like so, and assign it to the left side, whether it is the left or right. This is right, okay. So assign this with a value, a weight of 1, to the right side. Then select the other side like this, and assign this to the left side. Now we have this middle row here as well, and what we need to do for this is assign it with a weight of 0.5, both to the left and to the right. If we assign this with a weight of 1, that means that if the left side has a shape key which affects one of these vertices, and the right key also has a shape key that affects one of these vertices, if both of these values for these vertices have a full weight, that means these are going to get moved twice as much as they're supposed to be, because both the left and the right are affecting them 100%. By putting these onto 50%, a weight of 0.5, that means it's going to only move by the amount that you were intending it to when making the shape keys. So we can go into weight paint mode and preview it, and we can see that we have the left side and the right side both like this, where you can see. Now over here, we want to make a choice for which is left, which is right. Brow left, brow right. So for brow left, we're going to go down to vertex group, and this will use this information to determine what this shape key can have an influence over. So face left is affecting this side of the face, the left side. For brow left, we're going to assign it face left. And brow right, we're going to assign it face right. Now if we put it up, we see it only affects the half of the face you intended it to. See, if we remove the vertex group, if we put it onto left, the left one, right, the right one. Now, if you want to modify these later, if you have a lot, it can get very tedious, since you have to modify them all twice, fine-tuning for the left and the right side, since they've now been separated. But if you need to, my advice would just be to delete one of them, remove the vertex group, open it in edit mode, and just put it to how you want it to be. I messed up here by neglecting to edit both sides together. We can do this. Sometimes, of course, you can turn on the mirror mode, but this relies on your geometry being properly mirrored of itself, which this is. So now we can just do this. It's more or less accurate. Oh, it looks awful. Alright, it's good enough for this demonstration anyway. Sad little puppy eyes, I guess. So just for the demonstration, this is good enough. Now, as before, shape key from mix, and give this one right, and this one left. You should see it change. There we go. Now this is just the process for how you can make a shape key and split them properly. I'm going to take a break now and make several more, and in the next tutorial we'll look at how you can attach these different shape keys into a rig so you can control them more easily.